Welcome to It's All Black and White TV. And yes, of course, it's the World Cup Roundup at 9:30 p.m. in the UK here. And another great day in the World Cup. Two more groups tomorrow to finish off, and then we go into the knockout rounds on Saturday. So, guys, we're going to get into that in just one moment as well. So I'll just put this on. If you like what you see, then please hit the like button as it makes the channel more visible in the search. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as it helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Finally, hit the bell button. That will notify you when I'm live or put a pre-recorded video on and any upcoming shows. Thank you very much. Yeah, guys, so please don't forget to hit those likes because it really does send the channel up the search settings and people find it a lot more easier, and also the subscribe button helps the channel grow. Word on subscribes, yes, tonight I hit the magical number of 150 subscribers. So I want to thank each and every one of you 150 that have subscribed so far. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support, and and it will grow and it will get better and better. I promise it will, and I hope it does as well. So yeah, thank you very much to everybody who's subscribed so far. So before we get into the games, I'll just go into some comments first of all. Lewis says, "Hi, thank God the Germans are out." Yeah, hope you're well, Lewis. Yeah, absolutely. We'll come to them games in a moment. Leslie says, "Evening all." Evening, Leslie. Hope you're well. Gotta love the Japanese fans, says Leslie. Yeah, absolutely, they're great. Not only are they great for their support, but they also tidy the stadium after themselves as well. Ches says hello. And he says hey to Tony as well. Hey, Ches, hope you're well. Always Ches unless I'm not off, says Leslie. You are so welcome, says Lewis. Thank you very much, Lewis. And Leslie says, I was just talking to Ches. So yeah, guys. So I mean, we've had another World Cup day today, and well, we just looked at it and thought, can we get any more shocks, or can we get any more drama today out of the World Cup? So this afternoon's games began at 3:00, and we were in Group F. So Group F was still to be decided in some ways because Belgium could have still qualified. It had to be Croatia. Morocco could go through as group winners. So we're going to go into that now anyway. So we've got the first game, which is Canada versus Morocco. Now, you think with this one, Morocco, yeah, they'll beat Canada, no problem. I thought that before the game even kicked off because, let's face it, Canada could have probably have beat Belgium in that first game, and they're probably kicking themselves now that they didn't take them chances to beat Belgium. So, yeah, so Morocco started. They went ahead in the 4th minute through Hakim Ziyech of Chelsea. He scored in the 4th minute of the game, so that put Morocco 1-0 up. And he put a lofted a cool finish in the open net from 30 yards out after the Canada keeper sprinted out of his goal and passed the ball straight to Ziyech. So the North African side were ahead then. And then Youssef En-Nesyri scored in the 23rd minute, 19 minutes after, from an assist from Hakimi to put Morocco 2-0 up. And then on the 40th minute, the West Ham centre-half, Aguerd, scored an own goal for Morocco. So Canada, it was 2-1 at half-time. Nothing much happened in that game. And in the second half, no change. So overall, Morocco march on. They go through in the group, and they play in the next round of the games. So well done, Morocco, for beating Canada and also beating Belgium. And they go through the group unbeaten as well. So absolutely fantastic, brilliant effort from Morocco. We now go to Croatia, Belgium. Again, another match, a match that Belgium had to win, really, to be fair. And it failed to live up to that for Belgium. It ended up in a goalless draw between Croatia and Belgium. Belgium definitely had chances. Um, it's just absolutely ridiculous the amount of chances Belgium had. I mean, they had 52% possession to 48% of Croatia. They had 16 shots and 3 on target, where Croatia had 11-4 on target. I mean, Lukaku missed sitters, didn't he, galore as well? I mean, he should have probably scored as well. Overall, Belgium got what they deserved. And they got a point out of that game and didn't go any further. And as a result of that, the Belgian FA have come out tonight and said that Roberto Martinez is leaving his job as manager of Belgium, but apparently this was said before the World Cup started. So maybe this was his last tournament with Belgium, but it just seems a bit strange why they come out with that now, all of a sudden after they've lost that match. Not after they lost the match, but after they drew the match, which meant they couldn't qualify from that group. So it's a bit of a strange one to come out with. I mean, so we take a look at the group now. So as things stand in the group, Morocco finished top, three games, 2 wins and 1 draw, with a +3 goal difference, 7 points. Croatia finished second, 3 games, 1 win, 2 draws, +3 goal difference. Belgium finished third, 3 games, -1 goal difference and 4 points. So they won 1, drew 1, lost 1. Canada finished bottom, 3 games, no wins, no draws, 3 defeats, -5 goal difference and a 0 points on the board. So so they finished bottom of that group. I mean, Belgium to go out, I mean, a lot of people are a bit shocked at that. They're the second best team in the world. But maybe they've just got such an oldish side now. Too many players are hitting over 30, and maybe it's caught up with them. They were the oldest squad in the World Cup as well. So to be fair, I think Belgium got what they deserved. And so bye-bye Belgium. You'll have to pack your bags in the morning and head back to the airport and off back to Brussels as well. So it's an early exit for Belgium. But for Morocco and Croatia, the show goes on for them too. And just delve back into some comments as well. Jez says, gotta say, with all the political drama of this World Cup, it's nice just getting sucked into the drama on the pitch tonight with all that was at stake in those groups. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. Chris says, good evening, Chris. Belgium and Germany both out the same day. Unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. And who would have thought this? But we're going to come to the other 2 matches in a moment. Leslie says, didn't read that. Thought you were joking. Saying I had dough. Anyway, he was out of lane. Yeah. LA Coffee says, good evening, Tony and all. Good evening to you, LA Coffee. Hope you're well. Leslie says, you're right, Chaz. Japan have brought the joy back, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. There's now the way you read it was funnier to me, but yeah, he got what he deserved. Yeah. I think, are you going back to the comments on John's show, I think, as well? Exactly, Les. Says, Chaz, Japan played their hearts out and it would have been harsh on them to have not gone through. Yeah, absolutely. Tony, what are your thoughts on the quality of the football in the World Cup so far? It's been different, and it's the shocks that's been the highlight of this World Cup. I mean, it's been fantastic. There's been some good quality. I mean, we stuck our goals well away against Iran, so they were good quality goals, and against Wales as well. I thought we played well. I thought Brazil have shown quality as well. So yeah, there's a lot there to be happy about as well. So yeah, Lewis says looks like the goal went out for their goal against Japan. We'll have a look at that. Bruno Fernandes carrying the Portugal team, Mbappe carrying the French team, Szczesny carrying the Poland team, and Lufthansa carrying the German team. I love it. I like coffee. That is absolutely fantastic. In fact, mate, that is getting a star, that comment, because that is absolutely brilliant, that comment. Yeah. So yeah, guys, keep your comments coming in. I mean, it's what a day it's been. What an absolute day this has been in the World Cup. I mean, right, guys. So after the exhausting afternoon of football, where Belgium have exited the competition, we now go to the evening games. So the evenings was pretty much summed up. Germany was sitting bottom of the table on 1 point. Japan was still holding on in second place, with Spain top. And Costa Rica were third. So going into the final games tonight, it was all to play for, really, because there was a lot of conundrums in that one. Germany could go through if they beat Costa Rica, and Japan lost to Spain. That was the first premonition. Second premonition is Germany would get put out if Japan beat Spain. That was number 2 premonition. The next one was if both Costa Rica and Japan won, Spain and Germany would have gone out the World Cup. So it was quite an exciting night to think how this would actually go at the end of the day. So we obviously start with the Germany game against Costa Rica, and Germany took the lead, with Gnabry, the ex-Arsenal player, scored after 10 minutes. So after the 10 minutes, they scored. And then a minute after Germany scored and Spain scored, went ahead against Japan. So you're sort of thinking, well, that's Germany and Spain going through as it stands at the moment. So Germany went into their game 1-0 up at half time. Second half came, and on 58 minutes, Tejeda then scored to equalise against Germany. Then you thought, oh, hang on a minute, this is quite interesting now. And then on 70 minutes, Manuel Neuer gets credited with an own goal, and Costa Rica are suddenly beating Germany 2-1. And you're like, wow, there's a shock here coming, isn't there? So you're sort of thinking, right, that's a shock there. So Costa Rica are 2-1 up. So by that time, Costa Rica are... So like I say, by the time that Costa Rica are 2-1 up, Japan are 2-1 up, 2 goals in 3 minutes. So the first one comes from Doan after 48 minutes. Then Tanaka scores a controversial goal on 51 minutes. After a lengthy VAR check, the goal is given and stands, and it's 2-1 Japan at that time. So at that time, as Costa Rica were winning and Japan are winning, Germany and Spain were both heading out the first round of the World Cup. 3 minutes later, Germany score again. They equalise through Kai Havertz, one of our nemesis who we don't really like at Newcastle. So against us. So he scores. Then 12 minutes later, Havertz scores again to make it 3-2 Germany. And then on 89 minutes, Füllkrug scores to make it 4-2 Germany. Now at this point, Germany could have so easy, should have put the gas on, because if they had they could have gone ahead in this game. And I mean, to be honest with you, Germany needed to score. They needed that goal difference over 6. So to have beat them, they would have had to score 8. And that would have just got them level with Spain's goal difference and probably would have put them through. But, there was no way that was going to happen. And so all in all, at the end of it, I mean, we saw the end of that game. And it's just absolutely brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. the results. I mean, Japan have gone through, and you know, so that's the scene at Germans. So the Germans, yeah, on their hands and knees, not very happy, devastated. They'll be packing their bags in the morning like Belgium. They'll probably see each other at the airport, so I'm sure they can share a drink and duty free tomorrow. And good luck for that one with them as well. In the meantime, the group winners are having a ball. Japan. And I said these would beat Germany last week, and I was right in that. And they've come back and they've given Spain. They've beat Spain tonight. I mean, the first goal, you could question the goalkeeper, Unai Simon. I mean, he's positioning, he's just poor on that goal. Is he the goalkeeper that could take Spain to the final? I don't think so. You've got David Raya, you've got Sanchez on the bench. You've got to use one of them in the next round because that guy is a liability in goal. He does not look great at all. He looks quite shaky. But Japan, they march on. And they must be loving it. They play Croatia in the next round, Japan, while Spain face Morocco. So Morocco could even knock Spain out. It's not a given that Spain's going to get through the next round. But absolutely fantastic tonight from these guys. And there's the Germany one again for you if you just want to see the Germans suffer more, because we love it when we see Germany going out in early competition. And that's now 2 World Cups in a row that Germany have gone out the first round. 2018 in Russia, they went out the first round, and they've happened again. So Hansi Flick has just carried on the great work that Joachim Low done, going out in the first round. So I'm going to delve into some comments as well. Jez is laughing. Lewis said, I've sent you a picture on Twitter. I'll have a look at it shortly. Havertz player of the match as I like coffee. Chris says, Germany involved in the 4-2 match and there was a controversial line decision just like 1966. Yeah, absolutely. And what they were saying on the ITV, that they've seen no official pictures from FIFA of the decision, so it's the way the broadcasters show it. Would have gone to fair play if it was level on points. I think it would have been goals scored first, Lewis, and the goal difference was massive from Spain anyway, so I don't think Germany would have got anywhere near. And he says, serves them right, Germany. Leslie says, it's a curvature of the ball has been over the line, and VAR are saying they couldn't stay with it, certainly, if that was the case. Yeah, and you've got to go with the on-field decision as well of the referee. Payback for the Lampard disallowed goal. Yes, absolutely. Spot on, Coffee. You've hit that nail right on the head. I mean, yeah. I mean, we all remember that when Frank Lampard's goal was cruelly disallowed and it should never have been. And no, it shouldn't have been disallowed, that goal. So yes, that is a bit of controversy, and yeah, and it's just a bit of payback. It's karma. That's what it is. It's karma, and it gets you back. And fairly sure that the Germans won't be too impressed with what's happened, but yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a controversy about the goal, but VAR have to be 100% sure, and what VAR done, they've gone with the on-field decision and said to the referee, you can have it, and that's what it is. And I'm going to bring that goal up in a moment, and we're going to have a talk about this and have a little bit of a debate. So you can join in the chat and get your comments in, and we will debate it when I bring it up as well. I mean, these balls are charged as well, aren't they? So they've like got things inside so they can tell you how fast the ball's being hit and things like that. It's the technology and things now is just absolutely amazing, isn't it? Right, here we go. So I'll just go through a couple more comments. It was clearly over the line. Lampard scored. Yeah, I think if that had been given, we would have gone on and won that game without a shadow of a doubt. We were cruelly robbed in that game, and that's why goal line technology was brought in after that. I like coffee. FIFA technology shows that the player stats on the phone, but still get the decisions wrong. yeah, 100%, 100%. Right, guys. So this is the goal. So right now, if you look at the ball, now that looks out. When you look at that straight away, you think, "Oh, that's out." But the reason it's given is because literally, don't know if you can see my mouse, but literally, the tip of that ball is still on the lane. So because that tip of that ball is still on the lane, then that's why VAR gave it, because it said it wasn't fully out. It's not classed as fully out. So that's why VAR have gave that goal. So basically, the tip of that ball is literally just touching the lane. Now, had that been another millimetre further, then it would have been disallowed. So they're saying the curvature of the ball was still on the lane. So have a look whichever way you think of it. I mean, do get your comments in. I'll leave that picture up for another minute or so. But I mean, it does look out there. I can see it looks out. But when you look at it really, really close, you can see the ball is literally just touching the lane. So maybe that's where they've got away with it. That's where, and if they can't be inconclusive, then if they've got any sort of doubt, they have to go with the on-field decision, which is the referee gave a goal at that time. So it's one of those grey areas. Lewis says it's got to be inches. Yeah, it literally is. I mean, you look at that and they've got to go with the on-field decision, and that's all it is at the end of the day. It's the on-field decision that matters, and yeah, it is literally just touching. It's a close one. It's very, very close. But looking at that, I think what you've got to see is maybe they did get the decision right, even though it does look out. But because there is part of the ball touching that lane or over that lane, you've got to give that goal, unfortunately. Ali Coffee says, to be honest, I've seen the corner kick being taken where the curvature of the ball is over the line, even though the base isn't yet. Jess says it's so close that if the guy who painted the line missed a blade of grass, it would have been over the line. Yeah, definitely. The one I saw is by the BBC, says Lewis. Leslie says, watching live, I was sure it was out, but that does look like the curvature is still within the lane. Yeah, exactly. Just literally. That's a great photo, Tony. Shows the ball is not fully out under VAR rules, plus the referee gave the goal. Yeah, absolutely. The ref gave the goal, and you go with the on-field decision, which is the correct decision. And yeah, I looked at pictures and I thought that's probably the best picture I've got of it. But yeah, it certainly is. And Chaz says, yeah, agreed. I thought what it was, but the technology's got it right by what I can see. Yeah, bang on right. I mean, you can see it. I mean, what I can do is take. Right, I'll come off there in a moment. I'll bring that off a moment. Right, so I've brought that off, and what I'm going to do is I've emblazed a picture on screen. So now you can see the ball more clearly now. So if I zoom that in maybe a little bit more, maybe a touch more. I'll zoom it. Oh, we've gone past it now, so I'll have to go back down a bit. Yeah. So if we zoom that ball in, so now you can see it more clearly there. That if you look at that now, the ball here is literally just on the lane there. So technically it's still in play, that ball. That ball is literally still in play when you look at it. From that point of view, you can see the ball is literally still there just on that lane. So either way, they've got it right. And the result stands. Even if Germany complain, there's nothing they're going to do about it. So yeah, so the result stands at the end of the day. Germany are going out, Japan are group winners, and Spain have come second. Who would have thought Japan would have won that group? Get your comments in the chat. I mean, do you think Japan? Did you think before they started that Japan would win that group? So yeah, I mean, if you want, I'll get more zoomed in if I can. Yeah, just give me one moment. Ah, yeah, I can use my slider. I forgot about that. So yeah, so I mean, right. So there you go, guys. And zoom that in a bit more if you want. There you go. I mean, does that help you any more now in the chat? I mean, you look at that now and you can see it's clearly the ball. This part of the ball here, this bit of the ball here is in the lane. So you can see where it clearly is on the lane there. So technically, looking at that, that does look like the ball was still in play. Just, I mean, guys, what do you think of that? Now you've seen that. Now you can see that more clearly. You know, get your thoughts in on the chat. Chris says the Japanese player did incredibly well to pull that ball back. What an effort! Yeah, absolutely. The guy who did it, Mitoma, he plays for Brighton, doesn't he? He came on against us when we drew 0-0 with him, and he was very sharp on that day. The looks on. Yeah. And I like Coffee says, great referee, and I wonder how they would evaluate this in the Premier League. Well, I'll tell you what it is. If the Premier League referees have been watching this games and watching VAR, they'll see how well VAR... Because I think VAR's worked quite well in this World Cup, if I'm honest. I think it's done all right. So I think if VAR referees from the Premier League have looked at this, they'll see clearly how well this tournament's been reffed. Because this is how VAR is being used properly as well. And as I say, it might have took a while for that decision. I don't know how long it took in total for VAR to check that. But however long it took them, it just shows you that that is how you check a decision, and that's how you do it, because you check every angle until you're satisfied that that ball has touched that lane. And Pablo's in. Welcome, Pablo. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. Wow, that's close. Just glad to see Germany is going home. Yep, they'll be packing their bags. They'll probably be in the same airport tomorrow as Belgium. And while they fly off, they'll be flying in the opposite direction. But yeah, homeward bound they will be tomorrow. Ches says, I didn't give Japan any hope, but they will be superior player. They beat superior players by sheer will and well deserved. Yeah, absolutely. But that there, guys, that is very conclusive. That is still in. Tell us what you think in the chat. Get your comments in the chat. But it's great. I mean, how do you think Japan will fare against Croatia? And how will Spain get on against Morocco? I mean, could we see another upset? Who knows? Depends who's Spain playing goal as well. But there you go, guys. I'm going to take that off screen now. But absolutely spot on with that. So yeah. Yeah, Ches says, I'm all for the excitement of an underdog upset, but I just hope it's still an entertaining final and not the snooze fest of Greece-Portugal Euro final. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. I like coffee. Premier League refs would have probably been biased and made Germany and Spain go through in the group. Yeah. Well, the reason why the referees we haven't got any VAR referees there because we're not good enough. Simple as they ain't good enough, and we should be embarrassed as a country and as the Premier League for the supposedly the biggest league in the world, and supposedly the biggest league in the world, the Premier League, and we can't get a referee to the World Cup for VAR because we're that poor. That just shows you how bad it is. And I hope they're embarrassed about that. Aaron the Brit. Oh, welcome, Aaron. Hope you're well, mate. Hi, Tony. I hope FIFA put Belgium further down the rankings. How can they have Belgium as the second best nation? Madness. Yeah, I totally agree, mate. Absolutely. I don't know how they're doing it, and it's it's just absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't know how I don't know how they're even second, but I think they should drop down the rankings now anyway. That's for sure. Right, guys, just a little ad break there. If you like what you see, then please hit the like button as it makes the channel more visible in the search. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as it helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Finally, hit the bell button. That will notify you when I'm live or put a pre-recorded video on and any upcoming shows. Thank you very much. Yeah, so thank you guys. Please hit the likes and the subscribes. It really does help the channel as well. And also that bell notification, that'll tell you when I put any videos on or I'm live or shows or anything like that. So yeah, thanks very much, Guy, for all your support. Pablo says, to be honest, I said it was the group of death for Japan at the start, but hats off to them. Yeah, well, do you know what? I didn't think... I did say last week Japan would beat Germany and people thought I was mad, but I got it right because Japan have got some good little players in that team and wouldn't underestimate them, and I don't underestimate them in this World Cup. Chess says, I think the international rankings are based on points counted even in friendlies. Yeah, they are. I think, yeah, because I think are we 7th or something in the rankings at the moment? Somewhere like that, I think, anyway. I mean, Declan Rice has come out today and he said people should be fearful now of England in the World Cup. Well, right, yes, there should be because we've got the talent there. We've got the talent in that team to be a team to be reckoned with. But we've got to now go out and show it. We need to go out against Senegal, put in a hell of a performance, go out there, beat them, keep the same team apart from I would take Kyle Walker out and put Kieran Trippier back in because I thought Walker had a poor game the other night. But that's the only change I would make. Or maybe I would drop Kane if I'm honest and put Callum Wilson in because so that would be 2 changes. And the reason I'd put Callum Wilson in is because Kane's done nothing in this World Cup apart from 2 assists. But other than that, he's not really contributed. Where give Callum Wilson 90 minutes against Senegal and say, right, go on, fill your boots, mate, see what you can do. Callum Wilson bangs a couple in, you keep him in the World Cup. And even if we did play France in the quarterfinals, I don't think we got anything to fear against France, if I'm honest. So, yeah, let's just see where we can go in this World Cup. And do you know what? I know this is going to sound extreme what I'm going to say to you, but this wouldn't surprise me because of the way this World Cup is. But what if we got the final and won the World Cup? I think Gareth Southgate would turn around and say, right, I've won you the World Cup now. Now I'm leaving the job. You'd say, now I'm leaving the job. I've won you the World Cup. I'm quitting my job. Now go and find somebody to go and take you on and win further tournaments. That's the type of bloke I think he would be. Or would he stay on and try and win the Euros so he's won both and then quit? I don't know. But, I mean, funny things happen. I mean, remember, France lost in the Euro final and then won the World Cup. in 2018. So it could happen. It could. I'm not saying it's going to happen, by the way, guys. So don't shoot me down or anything like that. But who knows? Who knows? So, Aaron says, "I'm good, mate. I hope you are too. Been a while since I've been around. Yeah, I've not seen you for a while, mate. Yeah, but nice to see you've come on my channel. I hope you give me a sub, mate." um, Aaron says, "I hope Japan go for great people cleaning up their mess after their games." Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they clean the stadiums. Not only do they clean the stadiums, but in the dressing room, they clean everything up. They fold all the towels back up and everything, and leave them there. And then they leave origami swans that's supposed to be like luck and good fortune for the future. So yeah, absolutely big up to Japan. They are absolutely brilliant. They're showing the way to go. I mean, can you imagine if we were doing this in the Premier League, cleaning our own stadiums? It would make a big difference. It would make a huge difference, wouldn't it? But they're very, very proud people, the Japanese, and that's why they keep everything clean. Chaz says, "Tony, I hope you'll continue to do these late night roundups when the league restarts. Can't get enough of NUFC content while we're flying." Do you know what, Chaz? Yeah, I'll probably will, mate. I'll do these. I could do Premier League roundups on a night time. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, I think that works quite well, and good shout that. Yeah, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, we'll have Premier League roundups on a night time as well. So yeah, definitely keep it going. Thanks very much for that. And Pablo says we are fifth at the minute. Right, okay, Pablo. So we're fifth at the minute, mate. Okay, right. So we're fifth. Depends how far we go in the World Cup. We could move up the rankings a bit as well. Belgium could end up below us. Aaron says, "I hope we don't play defence against Senegal. We can surely get at them with the right lineup." Yes, absolutely, Aaron. I mean, if we go attacking at them, if we play like we did in that second half against Wales, we're a match for anybody. And as long as we play with that pressing intensity game and we keep on at them and attack them, because I said this against Germany in the Nations League at home when we were 2-0 down and we brought Saka and Mount on, we changed the dynamics of how we played and we started playing attacking football. We then ended up being 3-2 up on Germany within no time, and it was just unfortunate they got that equaliser. But other than that, that's the way we need to play. Southgate's got to go out there and take the handbrake off and just say, like, go for it. Because attack is the best form of defence. So you've got to get out there, go and attack these teams, win these games comfortably. You don't want to be going out there playing defensive. I mean, that's what happened against Italy in that final. We went 1-0 up and we played too defensive. And that's why Italy got that equaliser. Had we been pressing them, we could have won that game and won that Euro and we would have been European champions. But that's what happened. We didn't. And we paid. That was our ultimate downfall and we paid the price for it. So Gareth's got to get out there and make sure that that team plays with an attacking intent. Do that and you could go far in this World Cup. We'll play defensive against the likes of France and they'll absolutely tear strips off us. So that's what we need to do. But let's hope we have a great go against Senegal. And because no disrespect to Senegal, yes, they've done well. They beat Ecuador, but if I'm honest, I watched them against Holland. They were all right, but they weren't absolutely great. Remember, they ain't got Sadio Mane playing for them, so that's a big thing for us as well. Gary says, "Hi, Tony, mate." Hi, Gary. Hope you're well, mate. How are you feeling about Japan and Germany? Germany going out? Chris says, "Attacking football is a way to go in the knockout phase, and England have the players to do it." Yeah, I mean, groups are the thing with the groups is you've got to get out the group, and the thing with Germany is right. Okay, fair enough. Germany may think, "Oh well, we've been done out with this World Cup because of a dodgy VAR decision," right? No, you haven't, Germany, because I'll tell you why you've gone out the World Cup, because you're not good enough. because you couldn't beat Japan in your first game. You had chances to beat Spain, you couldn't beat Spain. Yes, you beat a poor Costa Rican side, if I'm honest, and you are relying on results going your way. So if you can't put your own house in order and win your own games, then you don't deserve to go through into the next round of the World Cup. So as much as you might want to complain about it, then you'll just have to suck it up, eat humble pie, and get yourselves home and off back to Munich. Leslie says, what games are on tomorrow? Yeah, games tomorrow are, get them up in a moment. There we go. So yeah, so tomorrow we know we've got Friday the 2nd of December. So I took a while to come up. So the 3:00 games tomorrow is Group H: Ghana versus Uruguay, South Korea versus Portugal, and in Group G it's 7:00. It's Cameroon versus Brazil, and Serbia versus Switzerland. So that's your games for tomorrow night. So tomorrow, I mean the afternoon games, if Ghana beat Uruguay or get a draw against Uruguay, they're through unless South Korea beat Portugal. So if South Korea went and beat Portugal, say 2-0, 3-0, sorry. See South Korea beat Portugal 3-0, they go through with Ghana draw. But Uruguay have been so poor in this World Cup. I'm just so surprised at them because they're normally in and around the top two, and they normally get out the group, go to the next round, and they've beaten the quarters before. Remember, Uruguay were the first ever winners of the World Cup in 1930. Uruguay beat Ghana tomorrow, and they go through. So that group's still wide open at the moment. Portugal's qualified, so it's between Ghana, South Korea, and Uruguay. So we'll see how that goes. Brazil, Switzerland. Brazil are obviously through. Then you've got Switzerland, Cameroon, and Serbia. You'd like to think Cameroon aren't going to beat Brazil. But as I say, strange things have happened in this World Cup. So we can't be complacent. And then you've got Switzerland, Serbia. Switzerland just need a point against Serbia to qualify and hope that Brazil beat Cameroon. Or if even Cameroon draw, they're out. So Switzerland can take a draw, but if they can win the game, even better for Switzerland. And it would be nice to see Fabian Schär get a run out for Switzerland as well. But it's been very interesting. So for people trying to take, we've seen the despair from Germany. They're crying because they're out the World Cup in the first round. And then we see the huge elation from the group winners, who are, of course, Japan. Now, if anybody thought Japan were going to be the group winners, I don't know what the betting odds would have been on Japan winning that group. I bet you're probably looking at 80-1, something like that. Something ridiculous. But absolutely fantastic effort from Japan. Well done, Japan. And if you haven't seen their goal, that's the controversy of it. But the thing is, the goal stands because the ball is literally just in. And for people who have just joined, I'll bring that up now for you so you can have a proper look at it in really zoomed in as well. And so there you go, guys. So you can see there the ball is just touching the line. So part of the ball is over the line still, and that counts as a goal. So let's see. We would like to see this happen in the Premier League. Although you wouldn't want it going against you, would you? But but that's the goal anyway. And So for the people who've just come in and joined us, then there you go. Very controversial, but it is actually the correct decision by VAR because the curvature of the ball is actually still just on the lane. So technically it's a goal and it stands. And they have to go with the on-field decision of the referee who allowed it anyway. So there we go. That's that conundrum sorted out. So I'm going to go into some comments. Netherlands against USA and Argentina, Australia. Yeah, that's on Saturday. I mean, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Could we see another shock? Who knows? Sefton's finally in the house. Just noticed the Germans are out. Yeah, absolutely brilliant in it. Chris says the Germans will have to eat humble sauerkraut. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I like it. Chess talking to Sefton. Sefton sees any more shocks. Well, Japan have won the group because they beat Spain. So you could call that a shock if you want. And Sefton talking. Pleasure pal says chess. Hi Sefton. Have I missed the live with you guesting? No, that's on Sunday, 1 p.m. on Sunday. So yeah, you haven't missed that yet. So that will 1 p.m. Sunday. Need to catch up watching football tonight. Yeah, you'll have to have a look at the highlights. It's on Sunday, Leslie, too. 1 p.m. But if you want to change it to 2, let me know and we'll change it to 2. That's not a problem. If 2's better, I'll change it to 2. Great, I'll be there. And Sefton says, brilliant. Aye, it's a goal, that says Sefton. Yeah, exactly. Chelsea's we can have all the technology in the Premier League, but the officiating needs the most improvement. Yeah, it does. I mean, when Howard Webb comes in, let's hope he makes an improvement to the refereeing standards in the Premier League because it's absolutely shocking. It needs to have a good shake-up. And also in the Germany match tonight, if you remember, there was history made tonight because we had the first all-female officials doing a match tonight. So I didn't see the game. So I hope Stephanie Frappert had a very good game tonight. And do you know, that's groundbreaking now. So now we've had female officials. I know we've had them on the touchline, like on the, as the assistant referee. But to actually have a female referee now, that's absolutely fantastic. So let's just see what happens in the future. But going forward, maybe this is the thing. Let's start getting women officiating as well. Why not? Because there's some brilliant women referees out there, and some of them are better than what the men are. Rowley says, hi Tony, just about to watch them again. It's the Germans are out. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, Rowley. There you go, mate. I'll put this on just for you. There you go. Despair from the Germans. On that picture. And then elation from the group winners, Japan. So there you go. So you got Germany. Oh, sad. Not very happy. Bye-bye. Enjoy your flight home tomorrow. Safe flight back. Japan, enjoy the next round. Couldn't sum that up any better, could you? But it's been an absolute fantastic night again. It's been full of thrills again. This World Cup's just thrown up so much again. It's just absolutely fantastic. And how far can Japan go? I mean, 20 years ago, when it was held in Japan, South Korea went all the way to the semi-finals under Gus Hiddink, if you remember. And it's just getting more and more exciting, isn't it? And this World Cup has just thrown up so many different, surprises and results. We're just seeing so many, and it's just absolutely brilliant to see. And we're just absolutely loving it, aren't we? I mean, Japan are 24th in the world, by the way, in the rankings. So just in case anybody was wondering what the rankings were. Sefton says, is it the first time the Germans have been knocked out? No, they got knocked out in 2018. They went out in the first round back then as well, Sefton. They lost South Korea 2-0 in the last game, and they went out that group stage, the Germans, back then under Joachim Löw, and have done it again. So that's 2 World Cups in a row now, Sefton, that the Germans have been knocked out in the first round in the group stage. And do you know what? As an England fan, it's absolutely fantastic. And guess what? I wonder if Kai Havertz kicked off after the match as well, like he did against Newcastle. Hi, Rolly, says Sefton. And also, did everybody see what Lukaku did? When he come off the pitch, he was so angry because he'd missed chances, which he should have put away and buried, by the way. He hit the dugout and smashed the window on the dugout. I mean, if you haven't seen it, have a look at it. It's just, if I can find it, I'll bring it on for you. But I mean, it's just, yeah, I mean, not great at all that he'd done it. But that's what happens in these games. You get frustrated. And when you get frustrated, things happen. And yeah, you just get to a stage where you're just frustrated and you just hit out. Now, whether he'll get done for that, he'll get charged off FIFA for it, I don't know, for ungentlemanly conduct or whatever they call it. But yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just not great at all. So I'm just going to see if I can get it for you. Right, guys. Right, if you bear with me, I'll just pop this on. I'll probably show you it. There he is. So there you go, guys. Weren't happy at all, was he? And I'm going to come at these comments because I think there's going to be some funny comments about this now. Jess says, Sefton, mate, it's the second time in 2 consecutive World Cups that Germany's been knocked out. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Germany are the first round kings of going out. Chris says, that punch was the only thing Lukaku got on target all night. I knew Chris was going to come out with something. I knew it. I knew that was coming. He never disappoints, does Chris? Sefton says, what was the score, lads? Basically just gotten from work. So Sefton, results today. Croatia 0, Belgium 0. Belgium go out. Morocco 2, Canada 1. And in the other games, Japan 2, Spain 1. Germany 4, Costa Rica 2. Costa Rica, by the way, Sefton were 2-1 up as well in that game. And at that point, when they were 2-1 up, Spain and Germany were both going out the competition. So there you go. And Aaron says, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, brilliant, wasn't it? I mean, why he's done that, I do not know. Lukaku, I just don't get it. You'll probably be in trouble for that now. So it's probably just be able to be popped back in, but it just shows you frustration. But then he should have scored the goals, and if you can't score the goals, then that's what happens, I'm afraid. Sefton says, wow, Japan beating Spain. Yeah, and Spain were 1-0 up as well and had the majority of possession in that game. But yeah, Japan came back and won it. 2 goals in 3 minutes, Sefton. 48 and 51 minutes. And then they held on. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. it's just been another great day. So I'll put that on. If you like what you see, then please hit the like button, as it makes the channel more visible in the search. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, as it helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Finally, hit the bell button. That will notify you when I'm live or put a pre-recorded video on and any upcoming shows. Thank you very much. Yeah, so guys, I find it easier to put that on as a pre-record because then it saves me having to see it all the way through I'll see it at different points through. Then you get tongue-tied, so then it's easier just to put it out there that way. And yeah, so guys, it's been another great, like I say, it's been another fantastic day in the World Cup. It's the shocks just keep coming, you know. But I think once we get the second round, are we going to see more shocks? That's the thing. Are we going to see more shocks? Well, who knows? But it's going to be very interesting going forward. So after the last two groups play tomorrow, we then go into the knockout rounds at the weekend, starting on Saturday. And then obviously on Sunday, England are in the knockout stages as well against Senegal. So guys, it's been like I say, another fantastic day in the World Cup. And I just want to thank each and every one of you who've subscribed to my channel so far. I'm at 150. So I've hit the magical 150. Now my next target is to get to 200. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. It does really mean a lot to me as well. So absolutely brilliant. And please guys, like Aaron, Chairs, Sefton, just share my channel, get it out there. Share it around to people, and yeah, I'm sure more people will come on as well. But it's been absolutely wonderful, and I'll just go through some comments. Chaz says, thanks Tony, great show, take care all and rest well. Thanks very much, Chaz, and thank you for sharing my tweets as well, mate. Thank you very much, that's much appreciated. Sefton says, night all, night to you, Sefton. Chris says, great show, Tony. Thanks, Chris. See you again, mate. Leslie says, night all. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much. Chaz says, 150. Yeah, thanks very much, mate. Take care. Nice seeing you again. Yeah, cheers, Aaron. Come back on again, mate. Please do come on again. I mean, you know, and when we play your team, Man City, I hope you can come on the preview with me as well. And Chess says, I will do, mate. Yep, thanks very much, Chess. Always a pleasure, Tony. Thanks very much, Chess. Big up to you, mate. Big up. So, guys, yeah, as I say, it's been another fantastic day. And, yeah, so all I've got to say now is enjoy the rest of your evening. And I bid you good night and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.